right, guys, we are starting off with this amazing little setup that I put together. This is probably my favorite out of everything that I've done in the house. It is this amazing tree that I love from Studio McGee, and as you can see, it has this amazing natural wood base with these tree branches that are facing down, and they just give it the most amazing texture ever. I also paired it with this Hearth and Hand little tree right here that comes in this steel ribbed base with some fake looking soil on the inside. And then of course, if you saw my recent video about the World Market candle holders, this is the larger size and I am obsessed. I have 3. I also put them on, all 3 of them, on this tray that I got from Target as well. I can link it down below. I believe it's by the brand Threshold. It's just the perfect size for a kitchen island. So if you have a similar layout, then this would be a perfect option for you. So moving over to this centerpiece that I created myself, I was just feeling a little bit creative while I was in Target and found this vessel, and that's really where it started for me. So then I found all of these pieces and kind of kept playing with it until I got the dimension, color, and texture that I wanted, and this really just completed this whole look together because I felt the tray was just a little too plain, and then just having the arrangement was too plain. So putting them together and kind of like an angle right in the middle of the island just really kind of perfected it for me. So moving on to this little idea that was actually my mom's that turned out super cute. I took some burlap ribbon and tied these bad boys that they are just selling out of everything at Target, but they're these like minimally flocked wreaths with a little hint of cranberry in them, and they're the perfect size for the back of a chair. So I put 3 of them with this kind of distressed burlap ribbon that I found at Target as well. The edge of it just has this little kind of like distressed look to it, and it's just perfect with these wreaths on the back of the chair. So this, I'll kind of do an overview so you can see everything together. It just looks super cute and festive, as well as full of texture and dimension. Now moving on to the kitchen, I'm sure you guys have seen this little arrangement I put together, and this was really an arrangement that was really a culmination of everything that I had last year. I try to reuse as much as possible, even if I'm not completely in love with it, because I don't think it's necessary to just go out and buy everything brand new every single year. So seeing as that this area is really neutral in color, I kind of have that black and white. Oh, it's very hard for me to say it's blue, but this dark and white painting, and then the greenery and the white curtains and the neutral ash gray tone for the table. I do think that this does match really well, so I don't mind these, even though they are older and not my most favorite. I did have a couple of smaller ones that I was able to incorporate here from last year as well. And they're just some mercury glass. This one's pearl, this one's mercury glass and wood. This one's just a little bit of mercury glass and white painted. And then this one's got a ton of actual beads all over it, as well as you can see here, as well as a little bit of color. And then this one is just simply pearl and glass with a little hint of mother pearl sheen, as you can see there in the mix. So I just put these together, left my same runner from Pottery Barn that I love, and this garland from last year, and it's just a sparkle sheen. It's not flocked. It's from Target, and it's got a little bit of a pine cone accent to it. So that worked out well. I really do enjoy it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with repurposing what you used last year, even if it's not your favorite. Moving on to my favorite console in the entire world. You guys have asked so many questions about this console, and it really is one of my favorites. It is from Homegoods. I got it for an absolute steal. I believe I paid around $240 for it, but it is this really nice grass textured material on top, very neutral, and I love it because I can interchange this thing all the time. So I moved these candlesticks over. They are my favorite from Project 60 $162 on top of the books. They were on the kitchen island, so I just moved them over here with my geode bowl, which is, you know, my favorite. Never gonna do without this. And then instead of the candle in here, I did some more trees, and these are glitter amazing trees from the brand Wonder Shop, and I got them in 2 different heights, and then I paired them with another one of these Fraser fir trees that have the branches facing downward from Studio McGee, and I left it on top of that petrified wood. And I just think that it is a really cute turnout and really nice textures, still very neutral, but I love, love, love the way that the glitter and the green kind of meld together and glisten in the light. Now moving on to the living room. I have had this tray forever. Again, trying to repurpose things I already have, as well as a ton of these trees. Now I did incorporate my beautiful favorite candle holder from World Market in the smaller size, and I added in this cement tree. I mean, how cute is this? From Homegoods, it was only $5.99, and it is so cute and matches this aesthetic perfectly. I love the way that this turned out. I also did get these 2 trees that are kind of like the birchwood white trees. I did get those new this year from Target, but everything else is old, repurposed, and from eons ago. So like I said, don't sleep on using what you have. You know, even if you have things that you don't necessarily love that you want to repurpose, like you could repaint them, you could flock them, anything really, you know, design is just that. It's totally up to you. So I put this together. I kept it nice, light and white, just kind of meld in with the fireplace, which leads me to my next little thing that I put together, and that is these adorable little stockings. I did get these from HomeGoods, and I showed you guys them in a recent haul. I just kind of kept it neutral, but I did get these stocking holders from Target, and they're nice. They're from Hearth and Hand, and it just gives this space a little bit of texture and dimension, but you're still able to have your own stockings. So I thought it was nice because we don't have a formal mantle, but this was kind of my way and version of doing just that. Moving on to the entryway, this is something that I love the way that it turned out. I was literally going to just donate or get rid of this sign because it didn't really match my aesthetic anymore, but it ended up fitting perfectly in this little setup that I put together. And I literally took all of my trees that I had from last year, except for this one. This is new from this year, and I just put them all together. Side note, this is the new basket from this year, and this is the basket from last year. So they're both from Target, both from the same brand, but that is the change on the trees this year. So again, like I said, I took all of those trees and just kind of put them together on a tray and created this little space. So it's just a bunch of trees together. I will note that this one from last year with the little fir base on it does light up, and it has these little twinkle lights on it, so at night I might turn that on. It's just a little battery operated pack that's on the back of that, but I thought this looked really cute, turned out really nice, and again, very neutral to go with the aesthetic. I did have my tree stand that I cannot wait to use, but I am waiting on my husband to put the tree up, so that is where it's going to go. And so this turned out super cute. Next, we have this mirror that I also have in my entryway when you come in the door, and I wanted to do a little something to it. And my friend Reginald, I feel like we're friends, I follow him on Instagram, but he posts the cutest things, and he posted the other day on his stories that Joann Fabrics has this really real looking garland available, and guys, I got this 50% off. It's by the brand Bloom. It's holiday greenery. They have a ton of different styles. It is a little bit expensive, but it was 50% off, and then they also let me use my 20% coupon on top of it. So really good deal on this. I did end up getting 4 pieces of garland to create this, so if you are looking to get a nice lush full look, then I definitely would recommend getting a couple of different strands. And As you can see, I just kind of put them together. I used some of my smart command hooks, and it really turned out nice and warm and cozy and just gave this area a little Christmas something extra. Moving on to my beauty room, I love the way that this turned out. I have this kind of gold accent aesthetic going on, so I wanted to incorporate that, but not overkill. So my best kind of way that I put together was using another one of those glitter trees, because they're not quite gold and they're not quite silver. They're pretty neutral. And then I tied it in with this gold and wood star that I found from Target that was also in my haul. And then to tie it all together, a clear glass, beautiful Christmas tree with a gold brass base. So it's kind of bringing everything together, but it's not overkill. So that's what we're going for in this room. I also did take this little guy from last year that I absolutely love. It is Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus, and I've had this forever from Homegoods. I still have the tag on it. I don't know why I do that. It was a total accident, but I do have the tag on the bottom. But I just put it here just to kind of give a little bit of a Christmas accent here, and I just think it looks really nice with the gold and kind of light neutral aesthetic I have going on in this room. So nothing too crazy, fairly simple, but I love the way that this turned out. All right, and this is the tree. This was a very serious labor of love. I had a tree that I purchased from Target, and it was supposed to be a 7-foot tall tree, flocked, beautiful, got it on sale, super excited about it, got it here. It was about that tall. Swear to you, don't know how it was 7 foot, but it was definitely not big enough for this space. So I busted out the tree that we used last year. I believe this one is like, gotta be an 8 or 9 foot tree. And I bought this spray from Home Depot, and I did a DIY flock. I literally don't even want to touch it because I cannot tell you the mess it created on my floors. I literally had to scrub this bad boy on my hands and knees with Fabuloso to get it fixed. So this is very beautiful, but I seriously may just leave it like this because I don't have time to put the lights on, put the decorations on, and then have to scrub my floors again because it took me forever. So this is what we're working with right now. I do not mind it at all. I think it looks very nice, simple, clean, and of course I love that tree skirt. It really is amazing. So this is what we're working with the tree. I will link one down below for you guys. I did get it from Target. I will also link the spray if you have something, if you dare to spray something and flock it yourself. But it does tie in with the flock tree. So all in all, I'm happy with it. But this is what we're working with the trees so far this year.